Hey YouTube, happy Sunday. Hope everybody's having a great week. If you guys will remember, in my last video we introduced you to Val, our orange Nigerian Uromastyx, and I showed you the temporary enclosure that she was in. And I say she, we don't know 100% what her gender is. A Nigerian Uromastyx is also, I think, commonly known as a Saharan Uromastyx. Genus name is Uromastyx, and her species is Gayri or Gary, depending on who, how you pronounce it. Geyri. Very common species of Uromastyx in the hobby. Val had some beautiful colors. Jen fell in love with her. We'll just keep calling her. And about last weekend, Petco was having a big sale on their Zilla enclosures. So I am a Petco rewards member. I like to get their sale stuff and supplies from them on occasion. They're convenient. So I went ahead and got a 40 breeder, 50% off. Couldn't beat the price, so I did that. In addition to getting a 40 breeder for Val, I went ahead and got a 40 breeder for Lucky, which is down at the bottom here. So real quick, I just want to talk about the upgrade for Val and the upgrade for Lucky. Again, 40 breeders, the Zilla product, so they're pretty cool. They have a top that slides out. For Val, we have temporarily just standard fluorescent, 18-inch fluorescent bulb. They're Exoterra 10.0 bulbs. I have a mini halogen, a Zilla mini halogen 50-watt bulb, and I also have a 100-watt ceramic heat emitter for 24/7 warmth. Maintains a hot spot up on these paver stones of 130 degrees for Val, and a little bit less because Lucky down below here has a 25-watt Zilla spot lamp. It also has a ceramic heat emitter in the same strip light. We'll go back in the back room. I managed to sell quite a few baby Anolis, smallwood eye, and Barracoa, so my hatchling rack is empty. For the most part, there are still a few critters on there, but that's going to free up some 36-inch T5 high output strip lights, which will go across both of these as soon as I get some other things in, which I'll update you guys on here in the coming weeks. But anyways, let's take a closer look. So Val is still extremely shy in this enclosure. She spends a lot of time back behind the rockwork there, so I just went ahead and moved that. She still has plenty of hiding places, but I don't want her to be somewhere where it's difficult for me to get to her. So just a minute ago I rearranged everything. But there's her basking spot. So I don't know if that's coming in or not, but that's a 123 for the basking spot under the ceramic heat emitter. Substrate, I went with a millet heavy bird seed. You guys know that I volunteer at the Virginia Aquarium, and the Virginia Aquarium does have at least one Uromastyx on display. They probably have some in the back, but they use a millet substrate, and it's dry, it's easy to clean. You can easily see excrement to clean it out of there, and if they eat it, it's not bad for them, it's good for them. So in addition, obviously if she eats some of the substrate, that's fine, but I also give her fresh greens several times a week. So that's Val's enclosure, 40 breeder. I talked about the top earlier. Let me see if I can do this one-handed. Show you guys how the top slides off. And of course my lights are messed up, but that's the way it slides, and I'm messing with my cord right there. But it can slide completely off. Let me get in there and get the decorations and whatnot. Obviously I would have to remove the lights or secure the lights better if I was going to take it off. So I really like these enclosures. The price was right, so I got 2 of them. So again, Val was sold to us as a orange Uromastyx. Oop, easy pretty girl. She doesn't like me talking. And I know the lighting's not the best over here, but you can tell she certainly has some orange on her. Online I've seen yellow Nigerian, I've seen red Nigerian, so those are just color patterns. So Lucky has also been upgraded to a 40 breeder, and a very similar setup as far as a basking spot and decorations. Again, Lucky has a slightly lower wattage Zilla spot lamp, halogen spot lamp. So hers, I'm not sure what Lucky is yet, still kind of young, is only at 25 watts, so the basking spot is not quite as high as what it is for Val's. Substrate is cypress mulch, and I have a large water bowl in here for Lucky. Lucky is doing awesome. It took a little while for him to get used to being in here, you know, seeing the dogs, and we have a cat, but calmed down quite nicely. And I'm going to go ahead and see if Lucky will come out for us. Come on, Lucky. There you go. Come on, buddy. Come on, pretty girl. Come on. Now this might be a challenge with one hand, but I'm going to try. Hopefully you guys don't get to see me chasing Lucky around my living room, because that's where this is. There's Lucky. Lucky is doing phenomenal. As far as demeanor and calmness, I could not be happier with how Lucky is growing up for me. Today is Sunday, so today is a super mealworm day for all of the Honduran Spiny Tails, Lucky and Bosk and Tiamat, and I'm going to do some clips of that. But since Lucky is no longer in that Exoterra, I wonder what I need to do with that. So this is Lucky's old enclosure. It is a small, tall Exoterra, 18 by 18 by 24 inches tall. Don't have any lights on it yet. I had to use all that stuff when I was setting up the 40 breeder for Lucky, but like I said, at least the 20-inch strip light, or the 18-inch strip light will be coming back. And I have another mini dome on order. And I got some eco earth that I'm making up, so we'll clean it out real good, change out the substrate, clean up the decorations in there, and then the question is, what do I put in here? So, you know, the good thing about having all those Enola Smallwood that, you know, I was able to trade and sell. So we got us a new acquisition. So meet Gimli, the Cuban false chameleon. Camelliolus barbatus. They're also known as bearded anoles, hence the name Gimli. One of my favorite bearded fantasy characters. Obviously, anybody who likes the Lord of the Rings, that's where that comes from. And you can see it's got the little scales at the bottom of where its dewlap is, and that's where the beard comes in. Gimli has the post-anal scales, so that's how we know he's a male. The species is easy to sex. Females do not have those. Just picked this little guy up yesterday, and I'm hoping to get one day to be able to get him a mate. He has already eaten 2 very small hornworms for me, so he is doing awesome. And I have him in one of my temporary, this is just temporary for him, this is one of the Nano Exoterra reptibreezes that I had my hatchling Anola smallwood eye in. Cleaned it all out real good, have moist sphagnum moss on the bottom to help keep humidity. Have a dripper going right now. One of the things that folks who care for this particular species of lizard will tell you, or this genus of lizard actually, is that you got to keep them hydrated. So I'm going to make sure that is what I concentrate on as far as frequent mistings, a dripper, probably once in the morning, once at night. So Lucky's old small tall Exoterra will go to Gimli and maybe a mate one day. I'm thinking I'll try to go bioactive with it at one point, not upon initial setup, but live plants, the drainage layer, weed block, bioactive substrate, all the bugs, the leaf litter, all that good stuff. That's what I envision for Gimli. And Tiamat, I'm leaning over Tiamat's cage, and she thinks it's dinner time, which it will be shortly, and I'll share that guy with you. But that is our newest acquisition. That is Gimli, the Cuban false chameleon. Completely awesome. But I almost forgot. This rack came from Home Depot. It is a perfect size as far as the shelves, 36 inches long by 18 inches deep. Perfect size for a 40 breeder. And it's designed to be 6 foot tall with 4 shelving units, but we only use the bottom half. So we got a shelf on the bottom, which Lucky is on, and then the top shelf with Val. I talked about the sliding screen top that the Zilla models have, which is awesome. But when we went to put it together, we realized it fits in there so snug that there was no way that Lucky's was going to slide out should I need it to. So thankfully, I have a neighbor across the street. He's quite the handy guy, and he's got the plethora of tools, so he's able to notch out on both sides so that if I need to, and I can slide this out. Hi, Lucky. And it's not a problem doing it. And another thing, the rack comes in gray. My wife didn't like the gray, so we picked up some, I think it's aquamarine spray paint, and she went ahead and spray painted it. And so, rack is awesome. We have the other half of the shelving unit that should we desire to set that up somewhere, we have 2 more shelves that we can use to put Exoterras on, other 40 breeders in the future if that should be necessary. But good purchase from Home Depot. I'm sure Lowe's has them too. Rated at 1,000 pounds. Obviously these 2 enclosures are nowhere near 1,000 pounds, and so I'm not too worried about the notch impacting any kind of structural integrity or anything like that. But I just wanted to bring that to you guys' attention in case you decided you wanted to do a little mini rack with 2 40 breeders, depending on what you get. And if you use the Zilla product, there's a lot of 40 breeders out there. If you use the Zilla product, you may need to modify it just a little bit so you can slide the screen top out. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed this week's video. I appreciate you watching. Over 500 subscribers now. That is awesome. Thank you very much. I haven't forgotten what I said about a subscriber contest. I'm still planning. I'm going to do something. Try to make it good. Try to make it memorable. But it's coming. So again, I hope you enjoy what you see. Still working out the bugs and being in front of the camera and everything. It takes a little time. I know I'm not quite as entertaining as some of the channels out there, but I hope I'm informative and sharing with you guys some ideas, some suggestions, some tips and tricks to help you take care of your animals. But as always, if you like what you see, like, share, comment, subscribe. Boss can see Tiamat over here, and he lets her know. I think Bossk is always the star of the show, but I brought him out like this. I wanted you guys to see, you know, actually how big he is. He's not quite 3 feet. 3 feet is listed as the maximum length for a Honduran Spiny Tail iguana. Bossk is more about, he's probably about 30 inches, or maybe just shy of 30 inches. But he's an impressive lizard. So I got Bossk, I got Tiamat, I got Lucky, and I got 13 babies. That's it for now. Until next time. And I have vitamins on my fingers that taste like banana, the Repashy Calcium Plus. So I want to keep them intact. Alright guys, take care. Thanks.